solve by completing the square. We have x squared plus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. So when we complete the square, we use the first two terms, right? So the x squared term and the x term. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add a 5 to each side of the equation to sort of get it to the other side. So what we have now is x squared plus 2x is equal to 5. So now we want to complete the square on the left. So recall, for the method of completing the square, what we do is we take the coefficient of x, we divide that by 2, and then we square the result, and what that does is it gives us the constant term for a perfect square trinomial. So let's do that. So the coefficient of x in this case is positive 2. So we want to take 2, divide it by 2, and then square the result. So that's 1 squared, which is just 1. So now, since we want to complete the square on the left, we want to add a 1 to the left side of the equation. But remember, this is an equation. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other, so as to not change the equation in any way. So I'm going to add a 1 to the right side. So we added a 1 to the left and the right side, which didn't change the equation. But now on the left, this factors into x plus 1 times x plus 1, right? Which is also written as x plus 1 squared. And then on the left, we get 6. So now that we have this, we can solve for x. And the first thing we should do is take the square root of both sides. So on the left, the square root and that square cancel out, and we're just left with x plus 1. And on the right, we have plus or minus the square root of 6. So then our final step solving for x, we want to subtract a 1 from each side, so that x equals minus 1 plus or minus the square root of 6. And so finally, we say that x is minus 1 plus square root of 6, and that x is minus 1 minus square root of 6.